We begin tonight with more tariff whiplash coming out of the United States. The day beginning with a tariff reprieve, a U.S. court striking down a large part of President Trump's tariff regime. But just hours later, a federal appeals court reversing the decision and reinstating the tariffs. CTV's Stefan joins us now to break down the latest. Steph.
Patricia, tariff confusion is something many Canadians have come to expect from the White House, but this time it's the courts causing headaches around comprehension. A quick reversal on the initial reprieve has some stunned and many frustrated. Late last night, the U.S. International Court of Trade ruled Trump overstepped his authority, using the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose his so-called fentanyl tariffs and Liberation Day tariffs. That ruling meant the end of the across-the-board taxation of goods on most countries and the 25% one that applied to Canada and Mexico. But it did not include the tariffs on steel, aluminum, and automobiles. However, that short-lived tariff relief quickly reinstated this afternoon because the ruling is being appealed.
It's a real impact on business, and the uncertainty is what's toxic for business, not knowing the rules of the game, having a constant on-again, off-again whipsaw effect.
The initial case against Trump's tariffs was filed by a couple of toy companies. Now the appeals court is ordering both sides to provide written arguments stating their cases, and that is due sometime next month. In the meantime, Canada's big city mayors are meeting in Ottawa, and the impact of the trade war is dominating the agenda.
We need to continue to put pressure from all levels of government in Canada, as Team Canada, on the United States to return to the decades of prosperity that were created by freer and more open trade. And we're chatting with mayors here in Ottawa today, mayors from Canada and some from the United States, about our shared interest in seeing the tariffs eliminated and reduced.
Keep in mind there are other items on the agenda like tackling the affordable housing crisis and crumbling city infrastructure. But with the latest on tariffs somewhat taking over, it makes you wonder if a few days will be enough to discuss everything. That meeting wraps up on Sunday. And the Prime Minister will be meeting with ministers next week to talk about tariffs more closely. That's when they'll try to come up with a plan for Canada to continue weathering this unwavering economic storm, Patricia.
All right, CTV's Stefan live for us tonight. And stay with CTV News for continuing coverage of the tariff situation in the U.S. and the impact on Canada. For updates on radio, tune into News Talk 580 CFRA and CTV News Channel at any hour.